12:03.
I'm not worried. I'll give them to 12:15. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Before we even start, we have a long agenda. I'm giving you 10 minutes, and then I'm going to start, and we'll send the recording to everybody. Because I understand that I gave you very little notice for this meeting, so I really can't blame you if you can't be on time. So let me get started just by welcoming you all. It's like having my family back. About a week ago, I told Tofik to take down the website because I felt that nobody seemed to care, because I couldn't even get in touch with people for meetings. And there were 3 people or 4 people. And then I woke up one day and I spoke to my dear friend, Mohammed Hasnain. And he said, you have to do whatever is in your heart. So I said to Hasnain, who I've worked with since 2011, I said to him, okay, I'm going to think about it. And lo and behold, I thought about it. And I said, I can't give up on Lynn's Kids. But then I thought, there's one way to do Lynn's Kids. I spoke to George Hagler, and I said to him, let's write some grants. Because I know that the grants, because he took a course on grant writing, and I know a little bit about it. I've written some grants. I wrote one grant from PS 135 when I was teaching actively. I wrote before I retired, I wrote a grant, and we were accepted by Robin Hood, which is one of the biggest foundations that there is. Tofik's job is not going to worry about websites. He's going to look up grants for nonprofits. And he's going to, and we're changing, because we made a mistake. Mike Noble, who was my original helper, had sent us, he was my co-partner. He made us a for-profit instead of nonprofit. So when I have the money, I'm going to switch it to a nonprofit, which we'll do in a couple of weeks. Maybe it'll take a week or 2, because I'll do it on the 1st when I get paid. And Sanan will walk me through it. She started to walk me through it already. So I just wanted, before anybody comes, I figured I'd give you the background of what's going on with us. We have a big agenda. So I'm going to start talking, and if you can come in, fine. If you can't do it, it's Tofik, even though I normally don't do this, but I didn't give them any notice. So after this, you'll send the recording to every single person that was on the list. Okay, so the first thing on our agenda, since I started talking, is grant writing. George Hagler is not only a very good friend of mine, but he is, I don't even know how to tell you what George is, because let's start with Tofik. I think Tofik is easier. Tofik is my business manager. He is the business manager of Saving Souls Women's Network. He's also the tech man for Zoom. I don't know what you call it, Tofik, but moderator, right? Okay, I'm sorry, Tofik. Tofik does everything. With Tofik, I wouldn't be here without him. He got me through my cancer. Now I'm on immunotherapy, and I never felt better. So Tofik is going to, not today, maybe tomorrow, he is going to start looking up, searching opportunities for grants, George, and I will write the grant in every country. We're going to see who shows up today, so we'll see. Every country will write their part. Mohammed Hasnain will write about grants in Bangladesh, what their needs are. And we'll put that as part of Lynn's Kids International. So it'll be Lynn's Kids Organization. We're going to have different like subheadings and different grants. The Bill Gates Foundation, I started looking up some grants, and Tofik will.
Okay.
The Bill Gates Foundation does grants not for the United States, but for Africa. So it's perfect. So we will get every African country. Sakina Chioki is now working in Georgia. She's on. I'm so proud of her. You don't see my face now because I put my phone down, but you're not here. So what's the difference? What I look like? Sakina Chioki, my daughter Suki from Morocco, got a Fulbright. I can't tell you how proud I am of her. And the Fulbright is for a year. So for right now, she's gonna try to get something together with Lynn's kids and make like a Lynn's kids George. They're a little bit older, but I'm changing the whole format of Lynn's kids. We are not making Lynn's kids just for little kids. So we're gonna have subdivisions. Um, for early childhood, I will be in charge. For middle, for the, let's say, early childhood would be from grade 2 to grade 5. I'm sorry, from kindergarten to grade 5. We're going to take the little ones because I love them. On Monday, I'm going to speak to my friend Camille from New York Cares, and we're going to start working in schools, Tuffy, because I feel well enough to go. So we're going to go back to New York Cares, and we need children. I'm also, Tuffy, not only going to do that, but since nobody's here, I can talk to you personally. We are going to go to some of the schools over here, not the Jewish school. I don't like it. I would like to go to, I saw some schools. I saw the synagogue. I saw a mosque that you said it was a center, an Arabic center. I'd like to hit the synagogue, the Arabic center, and there is a school, a public school, right over here. I don't have to go all the way into Manhattan. And I'll see if I can get 2 bridges. She said that when I sent her a note, she said that they haven't advertised. They only do it on Saturday. But it's for high school, and you would have nothing to do there because you wouldn't know the level is for college preparatory. That's no good. So these are the countries that we're gonna, as people check in, you could see it on Facebook. I wrote down all the countries. We are lucky enough to have, so Tofik is going to find grants for me. And Tofik, I'm going to send you an email when we're finished with this, with all the
Okay.
different grants. And you'll also you're going to look for international grants, and you're going to look for domestic grants. That means New York
Okay.
and the United States grants and international, because we're both. You're also going to look for what Sanam told us. You're going to look for how to convert from a for-profit to a nonprofit and how much it will cost me. So I know I can do it around, if I don't do it first, I'll do it in a couple of weeks. That doesn't matter. We're not getting the grants for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, Tofik, I asked you to take down the website. You're going to have to put it up because they're not giving us any grants without a website. But maybe we can get a cheaper website. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Okay.
Now I can get back our Zoom depending on
Oh, Zoom we have. We have
which
Zoom. We're on Zoom right now.
I mean website Wix. They have lower
Good.
plans
Let's do that.
than the
Okay.
one we had before. It's so
Excellent.
expensive. That's
Okay,
why
so
we
try to do
stopped it.
that
But
between
they have
today.
other plans. Okay.
Listen, between today and Monday, since it's just the 2 of us, and I love the way you're working. I'm very proud of you. Between today and Monday, I want us to look at the prices. We're here anyway. We're going to go to Starbucks tomorrow, so we can stay in Starbucks and have our phones and look at the different prices because we have Wi-Fi in Starbucks, so it's not a problem. And
Okay.
decide which you will decide, and I'll be there. Which web will work the best? Which website will work
Okay.
the best for us? Now, the Tofik will be in charge of finding us grants. George, Lynn, and every country, the person who heads every country will be in charge of writing about their country, and we will incorporate it in the grant. George and I will incorporate it in the grant. So far, from what I could see, everybody that Tofik invited today is going to be part of this grant. And since you're not here, you'll be listening to my thing and you'll know. So we're going to start with, we have different countries. We're going to, if I miss anything, you'll tell me. We're going
Okay.
to start with some of my favorites. Lynn's kids, and I'm going to be fair, would not have started without Alice Camara from Sierra Leone. Now, I lost touch with Allo because Allo sometimes has a way of working that just drives me crazy, but it's okay. He does a lot of wonderful things for Sierra Leone, and if he shows up, that's fine. If he doesn't show up, it's just fine. In charge of Sierra Leone will be Mendy Cano, who the reason I'm choosing Mendy to be in charge is nothing against Allo. I can depend on Mendy, and he's not there to make himself look good. Mendy is a music teacher, so he will be in charge. Tofik, while you're looking at me, is there any way you could type
Yeah.
this on the back, where on the whiteboard? That way you
Yeah.
can
What
go
do you want me to write? What do you want me to
as
write?
I tell you, LK, and then you're gonna write different divisions, okay?
Leah is
LK,
here.
who's
Leah
here?
is here.
Who?
Leah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Leah.
Okay, so let me wait for Leia.
Okay, she's there.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Hello,
Ding
sweetheart
dong.
Leah. Hello. Unmute yourself and play the camera. You're here. We miss you. Go ahead.
Okay, so Tofik, as come off here and show us a
Hello,
picture.
Leah. She's there.
Okay, Tofik, can you
Yes.
get yourself together and just
Mhm.
do the whiteboard so you could type what I'm saying? LK. First we'll start with
Wait,
LK,
wait.
then we'll do Saving
Uh,
Souls.
okay, I'm going there. Wait.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going. Okay, that's fine.
Why don't I see Leah?
Switch to the left. Your screen. Switch to the left. You will have the three of us. Okay.
Okay.
She's coming.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Hi, soul
Show her.
sister.
Hi,
Okay,
Soul
listen,
Sister.
Leah, Tofik, do what I asked you to do, please. I love you.
I'm doing it. Oh, don't be
okay.
quick.
I'm just, you're going to listen. I'm not going to go over what I said before. This is all on tape, so you can hear everything. So what we're starting with is grant writing. Every country is going to be responsible not for writing their own grants. George and I are going to take care of the major grants, but every country, including yours, or for Saving Souls, you're part of Saving Souls, Leah. I'm talking about Lynn's kids now. Every country will be in charge of their own will be in charge of their own a page. You will write a page. You know, since Leah's here, we're not going to do. Okay, we'll wait till other people come. You, Lucita, myself, are part of Lynn's Kids Saving Souls. Joanne Pons, who can't be at these meetings because she has some problems hearing, and her hearing aids aren't conducive with Zoom. Okay, whatever. But saving, I'm going to start with Saving Souls, and I know that some of you aren't going to like it. And you know what? Kiss my tutu, because to be honest with you, Saving Souls is what we are mostly about. Lynn's kids will get to it, but the women of Saving Souls are there every other Monday. I don't have to go looking for them like I have to look for the people from Lynn's kids. So here we go. Saving Souls Women's Network is not only for women. Just like they say in that commercial about paint, we ain't just paint.
Yeah.
So Saving Souls Women's Network is my favorite place. I'm sorry. I love Lynn's kids, but nothing touches my heart. We have done so much in that network. And I've more or less decided that in May, I'll tell you, Sukana, who's part of Saving Souls Women's Network and Lynn's kids, will be coming to visit me in May.
Oh,
The whole
wow.
thing, she's not coming to. I shouldn't flatter myself. She's coming here because Fulbright is taking her here, but she's going to be allowed to stay with me for a weekend. So, well,
Fantastic. Oh, that's awesome.
right.
Yeah, Lynn. Lynn, I
okay.
can't type on screen, but I will use this shot.
Okay,
and you
listen,
can
Tofik.
speak. Okay.
Tofik,
Yes.
starting with Saving Souls.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't need the chat for Saving Souls. You only need it when I go to Lynn's kids, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Saving Souls Women's Network, we're going to do grant writing. Vinud, he's not here yet, so he'll probably want to kill me. Vinud, George, and I will be writing the grants. Every woman and man, because Tofik is here, every woman and man in Saving Souls, which includes Mohammed Hasnain, Leah, whatever you're calling yourself, we're calling you Leah Armstead, or are we calling you Leah? Do you have any preference?
Leah Armstead will do.
What would you like? Armstead is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Leah is part of that. So you're going to write a page, Leah. All of that, what you do. We're not talking about the books, what you do to save souls in the UK. Okay, I'm gonna write about what George and I will write. Well, basically me, because George isn't so active in Saving Souls. He's very active in Lynn's kids. We're
Mm.
going to write grants, I'll write a grant about Saving Souls New York. And that's why I've changed my mind. I was gonna have an in-person.
Lynn,
Sophie, please let me finish and then you can talk.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Because if I don't forget, I'm gonna have a senior moment.
Okay.
So, Leah, just to tell you why I say a senior moment, it doesn't have to do with age. I haven't slept in 24 hours. I've had
She's
exactly
again back. She's back with
back.
plenty
It's the
energy.
immunotherapy.
A sleep moment, you mean?
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
days I have slept exactly 2 hours in 2
You
days.
sound like me. Okay,
I
go on.
know. We could actually meet for coffee
Uh,
in the middle of the night. Okay.
When she goes for immunotherapy at the cancer center, when she does this session of immunotherapy, she comes so energetic and she can't
Okay, but
sleep.
can I finish, Sophie?
And this may last 2 days, so that's why she didn't
We'll
sleep.
see. Okay, it doesn't matter.
I'm happy that
That's
she
right.
had
Thank you,
she had
sweetheart.
back all this energy. Proud
And
of
to be
you.
and to be perfectly honest with you, I would be nothing without this man. Because
I know, I know.
just like Ian, it's the same thing.
It's that
Okay,
we help each other survive, don't we?
exactly. And when he was sick, I
Okay.
helped him survive. So
And I
you know,
help him survive. So we help.
and we all help each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about
Both
helping each
sides. We
other.
help each other, both sides. There was no
Right. Talking about
difference,
helping
you know.
each other, what is the most significant thing to me? And today is
Yeah.
not a good day for me because one of my friends who is part of not part of
Oh.
Lynn's kids, but she's part of DC, and I can't
Mm.
mention names, has
Yeah.
cancer. Not only does she have brain
One
cancer,
cancer.
she also has no names. She also has lung cancer.
Sure.
And I asked her to come in and stay with me, and I would take her to my oncologist. She said she can't. She has a grandchildren and her daughter living not far from her, and a
Oh.
doctor. She met her doctor first. If she didn't like her doctor, she would have gone to my doctor and lived here. When she had to do chemo, which would have been once a month, she would have come in once a month. But it is or radiation, but it didn't work because it would be too hard for her family and her husband.
But she's
So-
gotten out of it.
She was doing
Mhm.
okay. Let me just finish this because it's very hard for me to talk about.
Okay, sorry.
And she's very active part of DC. I always called her climbing lady. And she was on DC, on Facebook DC, and she writing, and not on Facebook DC, but on Facebook. And she was writing, and every day we talked to each other. And then a month and a half ago, she disappeared. And I knew something was wrong, but nobody. My friend Nancy Davis tried to get in touch with her husband. Nobody answered. Tried to get in touch with her daughter, and all her daughter said when we asked what was wrong is she has a very bad infection. Oh, I had an infection. I had I had the stroke. I had Bell's palsy, and I'm still not over it. In any case, right now she has hospice help. So today is a
Ah.
hard day for me. My
Yeah.
cousin, I just found out, has skin cancer. She has lymphoma. So I'm surrounded by cancer. So and then when you got sick, Soul Sister, I said, God, anything happens to her, I'll drop dead. I can't take anymore. I think that the reason I love Saving Souls is because we have saved souls. What we did with Kristen and Pablo, they're working on Saturday. They can't take time off to come and talk.
Yeah.
But when we have a conference, we're going to make it in time.
You mean the couple was who were?
She knows who they are.
Yeah.
And
Don't you remember them now?
she knows.
Pablo and Christine.
I've
Yeah.
been here before with them.
They are going to be LK California, but they're also they're going to work with their kids in California, feeding the homeless and doing any projects that I do with LK. Saving Souls, these two came to me as drunks, and they were not only drunk, an alcoholic problem, but they had a drug problem. Their mother, it doesn't matter who she is, she was also part of DC. I'm telling you, I counsel more people relatives of DC than I ever do. This is what I love. I refuse to take a penny from anybody who is in need. Don't misunderstand me. If I really wanted to, I could use my social work to get money, but I'm not doing it because I think that when you help, it's God's work. God put us here and God saved me from cancer so far. Might not happen, for that long, but whatever. I thank God for every, because you have the same
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Okay. So Saving Souls has done a wonderful job. My proudest moment to Saving Souls was, regardless of anything else, was what happened with Kristen and Pablo. That was Saving Souls. Now they're using what I gave them, the tools of my trade, to help people where they live. So what could be better than that? Another wonderful thing that Saving Souls did, and we'll send it.
Writing books, writing 40 books.
Yeah, no, I
40.
know. It's a recording, Tofik, so it'll be fine. I know exactly. Another highlight. My first highlight is Saving Souls and Kristen and Pablo. My second highlight touches my heart because it's one of Lynn Rosen's Let's Rock and Roll. Christine Yokohama, because of us, she was capable of writing a grant. She would never have had this if it wasn't Women's Network for the UN, for Saving Souls Women's Network, Kenya. She's in Kenya, right, Tofik?
Yeah, Kenya.
Okay.
She's with me here on WhatsApp. She said that she has problems of connection, like usual.
Okay, honey.
Yeah,
So
we're waiting for her, whatever.
let me explain it to Leah. So she was actually able to write the grant, and the UN is looking at it. If everything works right, Gordon and his team will be coming to her sometime in the spring and building a hospital for the women there and doing a center. So this is what Saving Souls does for us.
Awesome.
And we can help your people too, and that we'll talk about a little bit different. Okay,
Absolutely
so that's
awesome.
what I want you to do. I know you're helping, but not always is it about money. Maybe we can find some kids there who we can work with. I'm disappointed in Latifah's kids, but hey, miss them and I love them.
Oh yeah, they're very lovable. They're just they're into their
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do, Miss Leah, is to write me a page so I can get funding, and you can use it even for your homeless person once I get the funding. Write me a page
about with a homeless person. I'm buying them some pajamas for winter.
I know. And he could tell you what I did. In fact, he doesn't know. You better not know where my money is going anyway. I ordered all kinds of toys for my toy drive, which will be delivered here. Yeah. And I can, by next week, I'll be taking toys to both. I decided the hospital where for Cancer Hospital for Children, and where I go, right across the street. Tofik said there's a child place. Yeah. So it's going to be the hospital for children. It's going to be a mosque. It's going to be, a mosque for Ramadan. We're going to save that for Ramadan and Eid.
What day does Ramadan start?
I don't know.
In May or April.
Okay, fine. I'll have plenty of toys left over.
I don't have the exact day, but maybe in 6 or 5 months. Yeah.
So we're going to take it to right now. I gave some toys to a friend for Hanukkah already, and now I'm only concentrated on Christmas. And George, I want to divide it between a lot of places. So I'm going to try to give to a church that's not far from here. I want to give it to the church that George is in. And George and I are going to be writing grants, so I'm meeting right after Christmas. But I'm going to try to ask him to meet me before. I'll meet him halfway with Tofik at the Barclays Center, Atlantic Terminal, and we can give him some toys to give to his church. Because his church is so far. For me to go to Bushwick would take me about an hour and a half. But if I have to, I will. Sanam was probably working today or doing a New York Cares project today, is giving the toys for Lynn's kids to Lynn's kids where she is, which is the Bronx. So we have Brooklyn covered by Lynn and George. We have the Bronx covered by
Sanam.
And Kristen and Pablo will be covering LK, California, and they're going to help, their kids will help them give toys to anybody they want to give to. So we have 3 chapters. When I get the money, if I live that long, once we get funding, I want to go to Washington because Sadiq, who's part of the UN, will be there. And he's living there. And I did speak to him this week, Tofi. I forgot to tell you because I haven't been sleeping.
Sadiq Y is ambassador of Sierra Leone in US.
Right.
And
So
he's
I
not
will meet him.
He's a close friend to
Okay.
Lynn.
I'll
Oh, I
either
know.
meet him. Okay, I'll either meet him here, or I'll
Mhm.
meet him in Sierra Leone. I'm not Sierra Leone. God no.
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
But he comes in too. Gordon Tappa and Vinud Badhanka. Vinud from India. Vinud is not LK. Vinud is Saving Souls Women's Network Sangroon. He's going to write his own grant thing. Send it to us, and we're going to have a grant like of 30 pages. So it's going to be great. And we also have Mohammed Hasnain, who's sleeping now because he's in Bangladesh. He is going. Whenever I talk about it, I get chills because that's what Lynn's kids is. It's an internet, and you've been at our meeting. So Gordon and Vinud are our advisors. But notice I need advice. And Gordon has been wonderful to Lynn and Tofik. I can't even begin to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
And look what he's doing for Christine. So what more could I say? Vinud,
So amazing guy.
for Vinud, for Lynn's kids, Vinud, we're going to have Sagamitra. And you know what that is because I did Leah. Vinud did a workshop that you came to. I invited Lasita, but she couldn't be here. So I'm thinking if Vinud could come on Monday, maybe he can come to our Saving Souls Women's Network Monday at 1 o'clock. Okay? So we covered that. Now, Lynn's kids, so we see a grant writing from every country. I'll explain that to everybody will hear, and they'll have to speak to me personally. Okay. George is traveling, but he'll try to be on today. If he isn't, it doesn't matter because I see him. We're talking now about My Heart's Heart, and that's toy collection. Because I just told you that we're collecting for needy children. We're giving it to the Cancer Center and to I'm not giving it to the New York Kids, and I refuse to give it to Toys for Tots because they get so much. I'm giving it to the Homeless Coalition. I already spoke to somebody from there, and I'm going to tell Sanam to give her toys to either the Homeless Coalition or and the hospital in the Bronx. Mine are going to the Cancer Center. I want to give some to George's Church if I can. And you know what, Tofi, we can get into one of those accessorides and we can go to Bushwick. Sure. What's an hour? And we can just go and give them, donate it to George's Church as soon as the toys are starting to come in.
And you can make a surprise that we don't say to him that we are bringing toys.
I am going to say it to him because he's going to hear it.
Okay, well, I'll come and visit you in the
church. When I meet him, I'll tell him. Okay. Now, the best, so now you know.
Okay, boss. No? Okay, boss.
Okay, good. As long as you realize that. He is such a torture king, you have no idea. Okay, so now to keep going.
All right, she's starting. Here we go.
Here goes the Moroccan man, Chef Tofi.
Thank you, Moroccan man. Okay. Thank you. You just praises me. Now you say Moroccan.
Okay, for Hanukkah, I said
I'm Moroccan and I'm proud.
Okay, whatever.
And I love you.
Inshallah. Or inshallah.
Inshallah.
Right, and as Tofi could say, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. For Hanukkah, you have to hear what we ate. We had fried chicken, which he made, and potato pancakes, which we got ready made for us. Okay, so that we had.
Yesterday, I cooked the American way, the Jewish way to celebrate Hanukkah. I cooked fried chicken and potato pancakes. Yoo-hoo! And I did it for my baby.
Okay, now another thing from Saving Souls, I'm trying to do Saving Souls for us, is the love of my life, which is book writing. Yes. Leah is an active part of book writing. Tofik is an active part of book writing. Sanam, wherever you are at this moment, get yourself together, find your center, and start writing. So
Yeah.
now I'm going to also use you for to find some grants for us too, if you have time. I know she works, so it's a little harder for her. So book writing, we're going to go crazier than usual. We are starting our Saving Souls, probably edition. Tofik, you're going to be in charge also finding out what edition, how many Saving Souls Women's Network books we wrote. I think it must be close to 50. And we have
Okay.
to
Oh, well.
decide, Leah, I want you I spoke to Joanne in the first week in January. We're going to meet, not in Zoom because it's very bad for Joanne. We're going to have to meet in Facebook, and we're going to have to find a common ground to find the topic that we want. And I am very pleased to say that Barbara Mitchell will be rejoining us. Barbara has gone
Oh,
through.
great.
Oh, we miss her.
Okay, let me tell you about Barbara. Well, because we're sisters and brothers here under the sun. We're a little bit of everything. I'm putting down my phone.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need to look at me and you will know what I look like. Barbara is she was going through a very, very strong she had some problems also. So I can't tell you everything, but she always tells us she was on the dark side for a while. Now she's back, thank God. And she said, and I told her, I said, look, Barbara, writing will help you release. I said, look at all of us. Look at Leah. Look at myself. Lucita doesn't do a lot of writing, but Lucita does something that touches my heart. She is a funder for Lynn's Kids. She gives a monthly stipend to Lynn's Kids, and I say, God bless her.
Yeah.
So for the books, it'll be probably, I can't even say because it'll be you, me, Vinu, Tofik, and you listen to the notes because I was talking before anybody.
By the way, La Sita always wrote with us in a book. I guess
she does not.
Cancer.
Yes, she'll put in a.
Two villages. She write in this book, La Sita.
But she told me that, yeah, in the cancer book, not in every single book.
Cancer,
Leah,
yeah.
Leah, Lynn, Barbara, Joanne. That's every book. Najette comes for God books.
Yeah.
Najette is very big on the God books.
By the way, Najat responded to our email, and she said she will try to be there.
Okay, but you know what? She also, it's hard for her on Saturday. She has family obligations, so I'm not angry at anybody. I only gave them 1 day, Tofik, so everybody will get this thing. Okay, Leah, you and I are going to, we're not doing courses. I changed my mind because as Tofik told me, this is where he's Mr. General, the big kahuna, he said to me, you know what, it's going to take you forever to prepare courses. And George and I decided that we're better off if we do podcasts. So when Tofik and I meet with George, we're going to start doing and you and I, Leah, could do the Sisters. This is what I do when I don't sleep. The Sisters of Saving Souls, where we'll talk about how we got so close. Leah and Lynn from across the sea. Sisters across the sea. That'll be our thing. Okay. Also, that's all Saving Souls Women's Network. Our books will be both for Lynn's Kids, Mr. Wright's, and you, Leah, you and I will be doing Mr. Wright's, probably with Sakina. And I'm not going to accept a lot of people from Mr. Wright's, because Mr. Wright's, you have to have a real soul. And you have it, I have it, Joanne has it. Everybody else, I'm not 100% sure. And Tofik has it. So he will also, whatever books we decide on, he'll be part of it. So get some thoughts in your mind, Leah, about what will be, what topic should we write on? Not now. Don't tell me, because the first week in January, we're going to meet the ladies, except this time it's going to be in Facebook. It's not going to be Lynn's Kids.
I'm not sure I'm even a member of Facebook anymore.
I'm sure you can.
You're no more there. I tried to tap your name, but you're no more.
Joanne said I could do it on WhatsApp, so that's okay. You're WhatsApp.
Yeah, why not?
Asma is not there today because she teaches on Saturday. Sakina is not here today because she's doing some sort of project with the teachers. What Sakina is doing is very interesting. Fulbright already took her to Washington. She's
Yeah.
working in University of Georgia, and she's teaching American students how to speak Arabic. And she's also
Fantastic.
doing she's doing projects with them too.
She's doing great stuff, and she looks that she have
Okay.
adjusted the right way. They even
I can't
offered
wait to
her
hear from her. I can't wait
Yeah.
for her to
Oh,
come
you'll
into
see when she
Electronic.
comes here. We'll do. Yeah, this is
Wow.
okay. Tawfiq, let me say what I have to say, then you'll be a part of it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
When Sukaina comes in, I was thinking, oh, we'll have a meeting. We're going to do an online meeting with, I've decided last night, Tawfiq, that you're right once again. I hate to say this. I hate to keep telling him he's right. It doesn't happen all the time. We're going to have a meeting right in this house. We'll have to clean Tawfiq because we don't always clean. Instead of getting
Here
any
we go.
dishes still
Okay,
not
good.
going in the sink. That's okay. Saving Souls. We'll have a meeting for both Saving Souls and Lynn's kids, all international, all together. And if we can't make it like this, it's only going to be online. Whoever shows up, shows up. And we're going to
I
live.
want to say, sweetie,
Let
don't
me
say
finish,
our
and then you're
people.
going to talk, Tawfiq.
No, I want to be straight and honest. We invited almost 40 people.
We're going to go live on Facebook. What part of that don't you understand?
No one, I see all the layer in front of me. Yes, some people has complained to attend, yes. But what about, let me say, if we had some
I don't
people
want to hear
can do
names.
it, I don't want to.
God wants us to have patience,
too.
Tawfiq.
If it's supposed that 7 countries, where are the 30 people?
Okay.
My point is that some
Tawfiq,
people don't deserve to be invited because
Tawfiq,
they never
beautiful
attend.
people don't always happen. Think of we get 500 folks. Be
Listen,
patient, Tawfiq.
they even don't take a time and send just an email or note.
Okay.
We can't make it.
God wants us to forgive.
No one. They didn't say any.
Tawfiq,
No. It's
God
not
wants
fair.
us to. You
It's
forgive
not
your sister.
fair.
How come you could do that? She's a wacko.
Sweetie, don't be too kind.
I'll be who
Sometimes,
I am.
yes.
I am me and you
You
are
are
you.
kind. We are kind. We
Do you
are
want me to talk alone for you?
respecting
Don't start your
time.
nonsense.
But those people don't deserve to be
whatever.
here.
Okay, what I
That's it.
want you to do right now is I want you to take a pill. So what we're going to talk, Leah and I are going to talk. Okay.
Okay, let's
Gets
take
on
a
my nerves.
pill.
I tell him to take a
Okay,
double.
taking the pill. Okay,
I
one,
wish he
two, three.
drank. I wish he drank. If he was an alcoholic, he'd feel better. Okay, so what we're
I
going to do is,
I drink water. This is the
Tawfiq, I have
spiritual
a question for you.
wine. Okay,
believe you.
so
I
know,
believe
I'm
you.
drinking
Go
coffee.
ahead.
I have a question for you, Tawfiq, and I don't
Yes.
care about who it is.
Yeah.
Is there a way to go on Facebook and do a live feed the day that we have a
Sure.
conference? I'm not interested in any of
Yes,
these.
we can do. We
Live
can do
feed.
that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Well, whoever's going to
But
set
just for a short time. They don't give.
Yeah. That's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, we
My
can do
regular
that.
people like Leah and I'm sure Rosita, we're going to do it at a time when these people are available.
Yeah, we can do it
Maybe
through
we'll
me,
do-
Google. There are a lot of other stuff than Zoom.
Okay.
Can
Maybe
do it.
on Tawfiq, maybe instead of a Zoom Monday Lynn's Kids Saving Souls meeting, we can actually, not Lynn's Kids, a Saving Souls meeting, we can actually have make one when Suki comes in so Leah could see her. And I want you to see her. And so we'll have a Saving Souls online meeting like we have every other Monday. So that takes care of Saving Souls. And when Sukaina comes in, we're also going to have an online. Whoever shows. God wants us to be patient and to forgive others because
I guess with Sukaina, we should only be the ladies that always attend.
Of course,
Leah,
I'm not inviting anybody. Not
Leah,
to Saving Souls. Saving Souls is a
Lasita,
private
me,
group.
you, and beloved sister Leah.
Feel just to deal with
it's kind of family. It's kind of private. We don't want anyone to join us.
We are family.
That's
I've
it.
got all my sisters and me. Can we play that in the background? Can we play music on one of those things?
I don't think so because the connection doesn't work for videos.
How come when
music.
everybody live streams on Facebook, I hear music?
Sweetie, go ahead. It's another subject. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's not another subject, Mr. Moroccan.
I will try to do it because the connection is low. So
Because
I
I
will
want to tell you, when we
find
have, okay.
another platform when you can play music at background
Zoom.
at the same time.
You
Okay,
can't do it
at
in
the
Zoom,
background.
there's no music.
I can't do it now on Zoom
I don't
because
mean
I tried
now.
before.
Who's here?
I tried music and videos, do you remember, but they
God, I need to sleep.
doesn't
I can't
work
take
in
them when I'm sober, and I can't take them when I'm up.
Thank
Okay,
you.
here we go.
Thank you.
Anytime. I love you. So what we're gonna
Love
do
you
now is
too.
yeah, okay. What we're gonna do is we're going to for Lynn's kids, Tofik and Leah is a big part of both Lynn's kids and Saving Souls. For Lynn's kids, we're going to concentrate on getting children to write books. Now, what I did this morning is I took some poetry out of a book that my kids wrote a long time ago. I haven't worked with kids because in the summer I got sick again. So I wasn't able to work with kids. Now I can, but I'm only working virtually because I don't have the time to get up and go. So there's some poetry if you see it. Otherwise, I'm in the middle of writing Never Give Up. It's a guard book, and we'll send you the hard copy. Not the hard copy. We'll send you an ebook when we're finished. Rocket Man and Poetry Lady, also part of Saving Souls Mysteries. It's not Lynn's kids because, you know, it's a little racy at times. So Rocket Man and Poetry Lady will be I live, he'll tell you, I live for Rocket Man and Poetry Lady. I write it by myself now because Larry is retired and he can't get his head together. We're not sending him.
No, oh, that's too bad. Did you
That's
guys were
okay.
good?
Who cares? I don't
You're a
need
good
any.
team. You're a good team.
Yeah, okay, fine. I don't need any men. I have a husband who gives me headaches. I don't need Larry.
You have enough.
I don't need Larry. I don't need Larry to give me a headache.
There we go.
Okay, now I haven't started.
Oh my God. You
This
know
is the
what?
time-
You know what?
I'm not even
Listen,
talking about you,
look,
Tofik. I'm
you know
talking
what?
about Larry.
You know what? You know what? I love you. Say whatever you want. I love you.
Okay, I love you too. Larry is not like Tofik. If
You
I
got
tell
enough. You have it all. You
Okay.
got it all
If
together.
if I
Yes.
tell Larry, Larry, can you write Rocket Man and Poetry? I have to be in the mood. I said, do you have sex? Wait a minute. I said to him, Tofik, close your ears. I said to him, do you have sex with your wife or do you have to be in the mood?
Oh my
His
God.
answer was,
Oh
yeah, this is
my
haram,
God.
Tofik. This is
It's a
haram. Close your
shame.
ears.
Hey, behave.
Okay, whatever.
Behave.
So he said to
I
me,
only do
he
the
said,
dishes when I'm in the mood.
okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm in the mood too, but when she say sex, it's not in the mood.
Oh, who
It's
would have
impolite.
thought? I'm in the mood.
It's impolite. Anyway,
Okay,
as
let's get
say.
serious here. So I'm not writing with any men because I've decided that men are a pain in my ass. So I am writing Rocket Man and Poetry Lady, my favorite books. I'm going to send you. We're going to send her an e-copy. Not of. He didn't publish the books yet that I just finished. Now I'm writing. Oh my God, I'm so hooked on this book. My new book, Poetry and
Love bounds. Love knows no bounds, right?
Love Knows No Bounds. Rocket Man and Poetry Lady. In the last book of Rocket Man and Poetry Lady, that wasn't Love Knows No Bounds. Poetry disappeared. She was kidnapped by a professor of English. He came to one of her book readings. They became good friends. When she was doing a book signing, he invited her to coffee. And then she got home on a weekend. She went to meet him for coffee. And Rocket told her he didn't like him. And she said, I do my own thing. Because that's why I love poetry. It's like a version of me. So what I love the most about that book is at the end you watch this big kahuna Rocket Man who's always doing his macho crap and has given her a lot of headaches along the way. How sad he is when the police can't find her. She gets an invitation that looks like this. This is just an invitation that I got today. She gets an invitation that looks like this in the mail. Mine is from Omaha Steaks. I mean, it's very funny. But in any case, everybody wants to send me stuff. I'm not buying anything. In any case, Rocket Man, she gets home and she finds a gorgeous invitation on the table, and it says, "Meet me at La Grotto." La Grotto is Rocket Man and Poetry's lady.
Suspense. Meet me at the grotto.
Right,
Suspense.
okay. And so she's all excited because she thinks he's getting romance back into the life. She's ready. So she gets stressed when he doesn't come home. But wait a minute, a limo knocks on the door. So to pick her up, a chauffeur, she thought to herself, finally Rocket Man, because she was very angry at Rocket because he wasn't being romantic. So I'm so excited with the other book. Can you send her, once you publish a neat copy of the other book? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Read
Sure.
those 2 chapters, they're great. He sent a chauffeur.
Leah, you will get 2 books.
Okay. He sent a copy to her, both of them. So very excited. I started the book the other day. I'm up to page 10 or 14 because I'm so into this new book. So the other book ends with her going into the limo. She's all excited that she's going to meet Rocket Man. She notices she's not going on the direction of La Grotto. She tries to tell the chauffeur, and he says, "I have an address to deliver you to, and I'm delivering you to that address." And she says, okay, because she's like, maybe she was wrong. Maybe Rocket changed the venue. Meanwhile, she goes to use her cell phone. They're in an area so remote that her cell phone doesn't work.
Oh, dear.
So Rocket is having a heart attack because he's at La Grotto waiting for her. The chauffeur was in cahoots with Professor Muir, because I love David Muir, the newscaster from Channel 7. So the chauffeur was in cahoots with Professor Muir from California University. I think UCLA I made him. And he's a literature and a mystery professor. He writes love books and things like that. So she finds herself going on the wrong road. She knows she's not meeting Rocket at this point. There's no phone to help her. The chauffeur will not stop.
That's
And
scary.
all of a sudden, and she can't see a clear picture of the chauffeur. And all of a sudden, the car stops, and the chauffeur's curtain goes black. And then they drive. Somebody comes back in. It's not the same voice as the chauffeur. It's the professor. He kidnaps her and takes her to a cabin. That's the end of the book. She knows it doesn't say that he took her to the cabin. The end of the book just says Rocket is waiting at La Grotto for poetry. Where's Poetry Lady? Is she dead? Where is Poetry Lady? Okay, so that's the end of that.
Where's Poetry Lady?
That's why I don't. Hello, I don't sleep. So the new book, Love Knows No Bounds, they're at what they can't find a body. For 2 months, they're looking for Poetry Lady. There's no body.
No body. They're looking for a body.
I'll tell you why, because he has her hidden in a remote area of the mountains.
Oh, Jesus.
No ransom. He thought that if he took her, she would fall in love with him. Her love for Rocket Man is her soul man.
Why does he want to keep her?
Because he loves her. He's in love with her.
He just wants to keep her.
Yeah. He doesn't want her going back to Rocket. So he thinks if he keeps her for a month or so, that she's going to forget about Rocket. She doesn't. No. So he ties her up in the cabin. He goes to work every day.
That makes a girl fall in love with you.
You have no idea. He goes to work every day. Well, when she first met, I didn't tell you the best. I'm not going to tell you anymore because when you read the second book, you'll get the whole story. So it ends up where it's a memorial service. And the professor shows up at the memorial service. Of course, if he didn't show up to show them, because he was a very big fan, he was at every book reading that Poetry had. Now, Poetry realized that the professor was very familiar. If anybody else was here, I wouldn't be talking like this because we're all family. I'm doing it. Poetry realizes that the professor looks familiar. She says to herself, I know that face. But he comes to every book reading, so of course she knows the face. She remembers all of a sudden she gets like this brainwave when she's having lunch. She goes to his college, I think it was UCLA, And she does a lecture for his students, a mystery lecture, what mystery writers do. She's a mystery writer and a writer of love. We call her Mrs. Love. So and she helps everybody. So Dr. Love is in the house. The funny part is that all of a sudden she's having lunch with him. She looks at him and the light goes on. You know how we get these epiphanies? Well, the light goes on and she realizes that he was at a book lecture that she did in the UK. Because I thought of you, so I had to put it into.
Oh,
And
UK.
okay. So he before it fades out, she remembers and she has a whole talk of it because he was like a mystery to her. Rocket thought she was falling for him and maybe they were having an affair. They weren't. Poetry is like we are, Leah. She has to know everything. If she
Yeah,
gets something on her mind, she can't solve it.
yeah.
So what she did is she went to she had lunch with him, and while she's talking to him, she said, "Were you ever at one of my lectures abroad?" And he looked at her. He didn't want to tell her, but eventually she said that, and she remembered that at the lecture she was his alibi because he came with a woman to the UK and he checked into this hotel in London, which is beautiful. And I have the name something Plaza. It's not a real hotel. Fiction. In any case, and while he's at the lecture, while he's at the book signing, poetry's book signing, he finds out that um, the police come to question her because the girl that had the room with him, that was sharing a room with him, his girlfriend at the time. She knew that he was going to see a book signing. He invited her. She didn't want to go, so he went alone, and she was left alone. And the police came to charge him with the murder, but he didn't get incarcerated because she was his alibi poetry. He was at the book signing. One of her former lovers, this woman, whoever she is, I wrote that to one of her former lovers, his former lovers is the one who came while he was away, because he thought that he traced them, he followed them, and he thought that the murder would be blamed on Professor Muir. Meanwhile, poetry was Professor Muir's alibi. Okay, so after this, I'm not telling you the whole thing, blah, 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 yada, yada. They go and he becomes the chauffeur of the limo that I told you she was in. And as the book ends, we don't tell that at the end of that book. The new book, Love Knows No Bounds, the strange thing about that is that I dedicated that book. I don't know if you know her, to Mick Lynn Cox. Do you remember Lynn Cox of DC, Leah?
He's in Australia.
Lynn
He's
Cox
in
from
Australia.
Australia.
I might do, yeah.
Yeah. Her husband Mick was the love of her life. He was her soul mate. And when Mick
That
started,
rings a bell here.
she wrote poems about him every day on Facebook.
Because Australia always sticks in my mind, and I like to look at the people from
Right.
Australia.
So I dedicated the book to Lynn and Mick Lynn Cox.
Oh, that's
Lynn
nice.
Mick Cox, and she's so excited about it. So I told her I have to write it fast.
That's so
I have to
sweet.
write it fast before something else happens. So the book opens, and I'm so excited with this book. I started it yesterday. I'm on page 14 today. The book opens, and they're having a memorial service for poetry. Rocket sees Professor Muir. Rocket is so devastated he doesn't even talk to his family. He couldn't even get up and say something wonderful about poetry because he was crying throughout the entire memorial service. And he said it would have been easier. Yeah, right. He said it would have been easier if he had a body. At least he would know and he would have closure. He didn't feel that she was alive, though. He didn't. As much as he was a soulmate, he didn't feel her connection, so he assumed that she was dead. But he sees his Professor Muir and something gets to him. He doesn't know why, but when Professor Muir leaves the thing, he decides to follow him. and he notices that he's not heading towards his apartment because Rocket and Poetry had followed Professor Muir to see if he was guilty of killing that other woman. Meanwhile, he wasn't guilty of that, but all of a sudden, Rocket sees he's not going to his apartment. He's going to somewhere in the woods.
Hmm.
And he loses his cell service, but before he loses his cell service, he calls his best friend Dave, who's a police chief and also married to his daughter Brianna, Rocket's daughter Brianna, and he asks him to meet him. So he says, "How can I meet you?" He said, "If I don't have the coordinates." So Rocket said he would text him. He said, "You can't text me because you're not going to have cell coverage. Just tell me where you are right now while you have cell coverage." The Rocket tells him, and his coordinates of where he is at that minute. When he gets to the cabin, he doesn't have cell service, but Dave, for some reason, he remembered that he had a tracker on Poetry's phone. All along, he never thought about that because he was so bereaved. He was so sad. So he realizes the tracker goes right to the house that he's at. And Dave, the police chief, had made Poetry a cold case. Rocket wasn't angry with him. It was 6 months that they were looking for this woman, and he understood. It was a cold case. There was no body. There was nothing. They were closing the case. But all of a sudden, they remember the tracker, and the tracker goes right to Professor Muir's cabin. And Dave warns him not to go in alone. He's coming with police officers. So he zooms up the Rocket parks in the bushes. And I'm telling you, I almost cried when I wrote the book. I had such chills. And only another writer could understand that. And they get there by the bushes, and Dave comes right behind him. And of course, Rocket wants to get out, but they don't know that Poetry's in the house. He could be wrong. But, but Dave had brought a search warrant because he's a police chief and officers with him. Because they don't want to take any chance. And all the officers in the police station know Rocket because he's a pain in the ass. So is Poetry. So right, because they don't go there. They use what they have in the police station. They have the FBI computer, which shows them everyone everywhere. So Dave goes in with the officer, ready to show him the warrant, and he answers, "Professor Muir, there's nobody. Doesn't look like anybody else is in the house." And all of a sudden, he pulls a gun. He doesn't pull a gun. He pulls like a fast move, and the police officer gets him, and you could see that there's something. He hears a squirm. Poetry was kicking. She was tied to a chair in the other room. When Professor Muir was at the cabin, he untied her because there was nowhere she could go. There was no cars there. She didn't come in a car. She came in a limo. So when he untied her when he was home, but for that day he didn't get a chance to. He had just walked into the house when they came, and Poetry kicked the door or somewhere else. I don't remember exactly what I wrote. And the exciting thing was that they heard her from the other room. Rocket is in the car waiting because Dave would not let him go in because he thought he would kill Professor Muir. And Dave comes. The officer comes out with handcuffs and Professor Muir. And Rocket doesn't understand, why is he handcuffing him? Is he just questioning him to see where Poetry is? And Dave calls Rocket to get out of the car, and he says, "Come into the house with me." And there is Poetry waiting for him.
Wow.
Yay!
They hadn't tied her. I almost cried.
Again.
And now they're back together solving every kind of case that there is to solve, and they're crazier than ever. That's what I want to tell you. So that's why I don't sleep at night. Okay, so when I say book,
I don't have as good. I don't sleep at night. I just don't sleep at night.
I don't sleep at night because I'm writing. So, but I had writer's block for months, so I'm happy to be back. So these books, like Saving Souls Women's Network, Rocket Man is a part of a book because they go through all kinds of trials and tribulations, women and men. Now also for Saving Souls Women's Network, we have all the Saving Souls Women's Network books. Lynn's Kids, I certainly can't make Rocket Man Lynn's Kids because we have some crazy things going on there. So, in Lynn's Kids, where you have books like that the kids write when I'm working with kids, even when I'm not, I still have books from PS 135. I still have hard copies from Two Bridges and from all the other places I've worked. So that's it. Tawfiq's cookbook is also going to be a part of Lynn's Kids Saving Souls. A women's network. It can't be for the kids either. I have thoughts about that though. And all the books that we wrote for Saving Souls, and Tawfiq was a part of many of them, they'll all be published by Saving Souls Women's Network. All the books for Lynn's Kids will be published by Lynn's Kids organization. And Tawfiq has a gorgeous, I mean, a drop dead gorgeous logo for Saving Souls. I'm not crazy about his logo for Lynn's Kids, but Saving Souls is gorgeous. We use our old logo for Lynn's Kids. So we're set with that. So we're going to start writing books. I figured, look, Joanne said, when do you want to write? I said, not till after Christmas, because I know that people are celebrating. This is not the time to start bothering people. So we're going to start writing, and this way I can finish my God books and my savings and my Rocket Man. And by then I will make sure I have nothing else to write but Saving Souls Women's Network. I want to concentrate. So that's what we're up to. Okay, now back to Lynn's Kids.
So am I getting a copy of this mystery?
You're going to get everything. Well, in fact, when Tawfiq tonight, after you finish the kitchen debacle, tonight you will put both books on. You'll download them. So the first two books. Now my other books aren't ready yet. I just started. And Rocket Man has 10 pages, 14, I think. And no, Rocket Man I think has 10, and God has 14. God should go first, right?
Rocket Man has 10 and God has 14.
Well,
God has all the pages God wants to have.
She just started.
You can't
she
stop
just
God.
Started writing it.
God gets all the pages he wants.
That's right, exactly. So, and you'll see some of the poetry from both the guys. You go into Facebook. I know you don't like it, but if you just go in as a voyeur, so to speak, you can.
I'm not sure I can even get it anymore.
Okay, whatever. You're going to get a copy of both books. It doesn't matter, and the God book. Okay, so now to move on to, so we covered that. Lynn's Kids, and this might be for you. We covered grant writing. We covered my toy collection. We covered book writing, and we covered oh no, we're going to get to this too. Cultural bridges, which is another part of Lynn's Kids. If you can find some young kids there, Leah, who would want to write with us in cultural bridges, who would want to, guys, we don't send packages anymore because of the problem with COVID and everything else. And it's the RSV thing that's hitting the United States, and it's affecting children, adults too, but children. So that takes care of that. So we're just going to be emailing with each other, doing Zooms like we're doing here. First, we have to have video permission from children. It's all going to be online. There'll be no face-to-face meeting. So I just talked. If you find schools where you are, it'd be a good thing. I know you can't get around too much, but if you
I can get around. The problem I've had with the schools, I think I found the last time when I tried to make contact with the schools, is that the schools don't want anything to do with outsiders.
Okay.
They're just clear. Even though I have some friends who are teachers, they said, "I'm sorry." You know, they told me they were sorry. If they could help me, they would, but they can't because now everybody is very, 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 very strict. Anyone who has anything to do with anything has to be some police check person from some other country.
It's not important.
Okay, it's kind of a goofy situation as far as I'm concerned.
So for your country, what we're going to do.
But I think there are things I can get around doing.
Okay, whatever.
One way or another.
But I want to talk to you a little bit more. It would be you and I and George and Tawfiq, which would be involved in this next thing. more like I used to do a heart to heart where we help the homeless, we get out there, like you'll give pajamas, we'll give food, we make sandwiches when the weather is nice. We have enough shelters here that are taking them. So we don't have a problem with that right now. But in the very cold of the winter, some of them don't want to go into shelters. They're afraid because they're
Yeah.
property. So we're going to hit them in an area near the Brooklyn Bridge. They don't know. I used to be able to go straight to that area. Now they closed it off because they want their privacy. So instead of doing that, Tofik and I will go to an area near the Brooklyn Bridge that where George and Patrick went. It's a women's shelter, and they allow you in because they know us already. And we'll give some sandwiches and some old clothing I'm collecting for them. So, and you could do whatever you do. What you do for this woman, you also. This is the most important thing. So
It's
anybody
not
who,
just this woman, there's others as well.
okay, I understand that. I'm just generalizing because I know about this woman.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post what we're doing in Lynn's Kids. I know you don't do Facebook. Well, I'll find a way. You send it to me, and I'll get it on Facebook. And it'll be UK or whatever. You write the town you're in, and we'll get it on. Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna be posting work for the homeless. That's Saving Souls Women's Network, not Lynn's Kids, because we must help homeless people.
Yeah, I can make more connection with I've made some connection with the group in town that works who does some specific work with some of the homeless, and so I
Okay.
can make more connection with them.
You know, what about your children in Australia? What about them?
Well, right now they're all sick with COVID, but
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
yeah, the whole family, mom, dad, the whole lot. But
Oh.
soon as they're better. Well,
I'm thinking,
I'm planning on, hopefully Rachel's gonna pay for some
Send you
tickets for us to
tickets.
come visit them. And if I go down there, I could actually visit and go to the schools and talk as well to I know there's a great kindergarten there, and they are so open to all kinds of ideas, and they want to save the planet. They're just like really into all that.
Oh, I love it.
They're great. They are super school. They're into all kinds of different cultures. They go through all the different religions, and they show the different foods, the different, they bring people from different religions to come in, and they're just amazing what they teach these kids. It's incredible.
So when
Teaching them
if you get
Japanese,
to
they teach them different languages.
if you get to Australia, what you're going to do is you're going to go in and we'll try to talk to them. We'll try to do cool things with them. We could do it online. Even though
Yeah, that's right. I could continue it. And
exactly.
so my hope is that we're
go.
going to go like starting sometime in probably February.
Whatever. It doesn't have to be tomorrow.
Well,
So,
it's not gonna be tomorrow, but
exactly.
February. And
But I think that's a great start. I'm leaving that to you, Leah. Also,
Yeah.
what I would like you to do, if possible, I know that sometimes I go out of reach, either connect with Tofik or I, because he's a very strong part. He's the business manager of Lynn's Kids. So we're not doing any business, but who cares? And we're going to take a lot of the things that you do and put it on the web that I closed. We're going to have to reopen it. Now we have some more excitement, like that's not enough. So we have Sukaina coming in May. I don't know when. Richard Malcolm, who's a part of Lynn's Kids, he was Lynn's Kids Ghana. And he worked with Gavana Black Messiah, who sent me a letter that he was doing a concert there. Gavana Black is a musician.
Oh, right.
So yeah, but he calls himself, these people have wacky names. Gavana Black Messiah, and he does my cousin's favorite music, reggae. And Tofik, this is what I wanted to remind you. If we can send Phyllis, not Lynn's Kids song, but if we can send Phyllis a copy of Gavana's, some of his music, that would be a good thing.
Sure. Yeah. I will.
Okay, so now we know we're up to. Leah, you're going to be in charge of anything that you do with the homeless or anything. We're going to coordinate. You don't have to go to Facebook. We will make meetings and we will go live on Zoom and do everything that we have to do.
Mhm.
So I actually covered cultural bridges. If we can get kids, if we can't, I don't care. Facebook, we're gonna post. We're gonna also post in through WhatsApp, so people like you can do what you have to do. Tofik, is
Yeah,
WhatsApp? Can you post pictures in WhatsApp?
yeah, yeah,
We'll be in
but
charge of that.
concerning videos, you cannot post
I'm
a
not
video
asking for
on
videos.
WhatsApp. Just
Pictures.
they limit the storage. I mean,
Okay. JPG.
pictures. Yes, you can send any kind
Okay.
of picture.
Good.
But
Okay.
videos, you only can send almost 6 minutes length of video. You cannot send. But there was another, competitor of WhatsApp, which is Telegram. And Telegram has the
Oh,
whole
man, another
option
one.
for free. You can send any
You're in charge of
size
that.
of
Got it?
video. And I
Well, just
discovered that Leia has Telegram. I invited you, and I know that you are part of
how
Telegram.
come you didn't invite me?
Hey, you use WhatsApp, so it's easy.
I hate WhatsApp.
You should first be member of Telegram, like you are in WhatsApp,
I will
and
not
then
be a part. Okay, I will never go to Instagram. Instagram had some problems with
on
children.
Instagram. I
Instagram
follow
is body shaming. They did body
Telegram.
Yeah,
shaming.
Instagram is body shaming.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I
I'm
It's
gonna
suppress,
look up
it's suppressing
Telegram
young
later.
people. It's
Telegram,
suppressing young
not
people.
Instagram.
Okay,
Telegram. I will
okay,
show it to you when we finish the meeting. Okay?
okay, honey. Okay, so Tofik is
Instagram is
our.
shaming young people.
This is very. This
Wow.
whole thing is going to be very, very exciting. We're also going to think of things that we can write and send in these places that can inspire people. Now, when I started the toy collection, for Tom and Assam from Oman, they couldn't be here because, let's face it, Asma has 4 kids, right, Tofik?
Yeah.
And she's busy on the weekend with her kids, and I can understand that. But Tom is getting over, she was very, very sick. And right now she's just busy. She works. What is for Tom do, Tofik?
She is part of the Department of Foreign Culture in Oman, so she does work with the government. But at the same time, she teaches English,
Okay.
and she has some work with the American Embassy in Oman. Yeah.
So what
Who's,
happens?
I can't think of, my mind's freezing up with names, but
Yeah.
who is the woman who has a sister who is doing a degree in literature at the moment? And
I have no
anyway,
idea.
because my phone broke, I've lost my contact with
I
her.
have no idea.
Who is she? Give me
You
clue.
do know her. You do know her. She
Who is
she gave me a
Is she
mention
from
in her
Facebook?
PhD.
She's not from Saving Souls.
No, she gave me a mention in her PhD because I helped her
Okay.
to get
Oh,
all
whoa,
kinds
whoa,
of,
whoa, 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 Najette.
yeah, Najette.
But
Okay,
that,
I
yeah.
spoke to Najette. She can't come to meetings, but she will be part of writing. And that's just perfectly fine.
She
And
can't come to the
people
meetings
understand
though.
that people, no, she can't. She's busy. People teach. People have the weekends
Oh,
with their
I'm not
children.
putting anyone down. I just
No,
was,
no, no, no.
that's, I just
I'm
wanted to know,
saying,
Najette, I
I
need to
know
get
that,
her.
Leah, but I'm just saying some people just can't make meetings, and that's fine. I'm no longer am I getting hung up on who comes to meetings. If we want to produce and we want to be successful, we can't worry
Yeah.
about meetings.
Yeah, sure.
So, to be honest with you, if it was just you and me, we'd be perfectly fine too. And Tofi. Vinod is a consultant, but at the same time, he will lecture us on Sagamitra whenever he can. He'll come to a meeting or on women's Sangroon. I'm not having any in-person meetings because when I have in-person meetings, I have to wind up spending for a rental space. And my husband said, no more. And he's right. I have to be able to put food on the table. I don't have time for that. So we're going to do only online meetings, which are cheap. We already have
Yeah.
Zoom. And I think he's right. It's more practical. Okay, so I think that was the last thing. And now I'm gonna let everybody, oh no, no. The last thing is that every country, and I told this to has name, exciting news about how I didn't finish my excitement. Richard Malcolm, who was part of Lynn's Kids, he was Lynn's Kids Ghana until he got a job as a travel agent. Richard Malcolm is now, he traveled to see his son. His son, Richard lives in Ghana, but his son lives in New Jersey with his
Oh.
ex-wife. I don't know if he ever married the woman, but who cares? In any case, we're not going to send Richard Malcolm this thing because I don't want her to, So Richard Malcolm doesn't get a copy of this because he's not really Lynn's kids or Stephen Souls. He's a travel agent, but he's in New Jersey. She's going to come for one of Taufik's Moroccan dinners this week. I didn't want him on the weekend because I haven't slept. So that takes care. I don't want to fall asleep while somebody's here. I don't care if I fall asleep with Sakina.
Lena, Lynn is like a ghost. She's everywhere. She's a ghost.
Okay. So now I'm going to let Taufik talk about his vision for Lynn's kids because he's our business manager. Take it away, Taufik.
I will be short because
You're never short.
I will be short. Okay.
He talks more than anyone I know.
Vision of Lynn's kids, yeah.
Woohoo!
I was introduced to Lynn's kids 5 years ago when I came here. I knew that Lynn managed Lynn's kids when we met in Morocco, but the real knowledge and activity starts for me when I was here. I was excited and I do it by heart for one reason, among other reasons. It's concerned and it is involved with kids. When we say kids, my love, my passion, my enthusiasm for serving kids, teaching them, and so many good things that we can give to kids. And Glenn taught me a lot about this noble initiative of caring of kids. Anyway, Lynn's kids always active until Lynn unfortunately has her cancer. So activities went down.
That's okay.
But we still organized a lot of meeting people who were Lynn's kids maybe 10 years before and so on. But after Corona, everything went down. When I say went down, we still did some online and after Corona inside activities for Lynn's kids. But when Lynn got the cancer, we almost stopped any activity outdoors. And lately, Lynn decided to stop Lynn's kids because we have a lot of stuff. Yeah, because we have the website, we have books that we sell and put the benefits to Saving Souls, Lynn's kids. We pay our, activities outdoor anyway. But she decided to stop. So, according to our
It's like I
expenses,
can't stop eating ice cream.
we couldn't anymore manage or pay the website, store, or whatever. And then I stopped the website and all the activities online until 3 days ago. Here we go. She got about her energy and she told me, you know what, Tofi, I was wrong. I was wrong to stop Lynn's kids activity. I'm sorry that you canceled the website and so on. And I was excited to come back to Lynn's kids so we can manage more and give more times, invited all people who were members, and this is how this meeting came back. Now the vision, coming back to your question, my sweetheart, our visions for Lynn's kids is to make it alive, to get in touch with everyone, the old members and actual members, and we will try to find new members to join us in Lynn's kids. To join us is not just join. Or join through email. No, active. We want to make all members of Lynn's kids active. And this the vision is to get back to the, active interaction. We go outside, organize activities with kids, and also to manage to make more meetings to reach new kids everywhere. And I'm sure if we follow this planning, if you go to back our website and all the tools, yeah, Lynn,
Stay
stay alive.
alive. Stay alive
Okay.
by
Stay
Osho.
alive.
So to
That's
conclude,
something.
also, yeah,
Stay
I'm
alive.
going to feature that book on Monday in Saving Souls Women's Network. That's
Stay
why I have
alive
it.
is great. Tell her about Stay Alive. It has nothing to do with kids. Go
What?
ahead. Stay Alive is by Oshri.
Yeah, it has to do with kids because lately, unfortunately, in the United States,
Yeah.
there's a lot of teenage suicide.
There is,
And-
unfortunately, I know this. I've read
Right.
it.
And I can't send you an ebook. You'd have to get it through Amazon. I can't, it's not my book, it's his book. But my book you'll get for free, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
He sent me a book to thank me for everything I inspired him